Your inside access continues and is about to conclude. This is part 3 of a 3-part series of inside access. You get to listen to a live coaching call from one of our programs, Project 90. This is the third and final installment, listening in to a powerful session moderated by our head coach, Victoria English, with 4 of our stop drinking clients. You'll be able to delve into the intricacies of their discussions, from their personal struggles to breakthrough moments, all under the guidance of our dedicated coach. And this episode further reveals the compassionate and effective approach of coaching at Alcohol-Free Lifestyle, and invites you to experience the real impact of our support network here. If you're just experiencing this for the first time, part 2 was a couple of days ago, and part 1 would have been 4 or 5 days ago, or last week. I just invite you to scroll through the podcast here at Alcohol-Free Lifestyle, and you'll be able to locate part 1 and part 2. If you didn't listen to part 1 and part 2, I might actually invite you to go back and start with part 1, just so part 2 and part 3 gives you a little bit more context. So you're about to listen to our coach, Victoria English, coach 4 of our clients who agreed to having the call recorded and agreed to sharing their first names, so you guys can really experience what it's like to be on a Project 90 coaching call. And if you would like support with your drinking, if you are a business owner or you're an executive, you're over the age of 40 and you are tired of trying to stop drinking on your own, you're ready for a change, you've got marital strain, you've got health issues, you're drifting, and you want to make a change without having to go to AA and without having to go to rehab and without using willpower and doing 30-day challenges and getting on and off and being stuck on this vicious cycle, and you'd like to do so in a like-minded group of business owners, executives, physicians, all over the age of 40, all like-minded, make new friends, make acquaintances, and then you are welcome to apply to become a Project 90 client. You can do so by going to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/project90. There'll be a video there that you can watch, and then underneath there'll be a time where you can schedule a free 25-minute no obligation call with one of our expert coaches just to see if or how Project 90 could be a fit for you. But for now, enjoy this third and final part of the 3-part series where you get to listen in to a Project 90 coaching call. Over to Coach Victoria English.
Now we know why we weren't successful in the past. Well, it's not that we weren't successful, why it wasn't sustainable, right? Emotion needs to be attached. So if you go through life, and again, I had alcohol use disorder. That's in my background. And so if I walked around saying, hi, I'm Victoria, I have alcohol use disorder, people might say, oh, well, how much do you drink? Well, I don't. I haven't had a drink in years. But you're saying you have alcohol use disorder. Well, yeah, aren't I supposed to say that? Right? In this program, I don't tell you what to say about yourself, to yourself, right? You create it. It's organic. And so instead of a fixed mindset, I am an alcoholic. That is my identity. When you think about the emotion attached to that, does it get you excited? Does it make you want to chase the life of your dreams? Does it make you feel free? If not, let's try something new. Let's try an I am statement followed by the words that you all just came up with about yourselves, about the program, the types of people in this program. So when you write that I am statement, what's it sound like now? Just jot it out. I am Steve, do you have yours?
Yeah, it's very short. That's why I'm done already.
I was going to say he's using shorthand here. Go for it.
Blessed.
I am blessed. Love it. So that's Steve's word. I didn't say, hey, Steve, this is what you're going to say. Steve came up with that word. So if Steve's saying, I am blessed, Steve, isn't that something you want more of?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all want that.
Right.
I would think. And that's why I was going to start writing down a bunch of stuff. And then I thought, no, I can describe it in one word.
I am blessed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a reason to like get up and get after the day. Whatever that looks like for you, right? That might mean getting after the day, maybe just savoring a cup of coffee without a hangover, feeling the warm sunshine, watching the sunrise because you're up and alert and blessed. And so when alcohol comes knocking, because it will, because it's a drug, and it's the only drug where society thinks you're the weirdo if you don't use it, right? That's changing. We're all part of that. But when alcohol comes knocking, you now have a choice. You have a choice. What does being blessed mean? It means this, and this to me. All right. You want more of that? Yeah. Can you get it when you drink? No. Would that make it so? Is it worth maybe sitting with the craving, talking through it with your colleagues, with your other members, talking about it with your coaches? How about you, Scott? What's your I am?
Sorry, I muted that for a second. I took a look at what I'd written before, and I came up with, I am taking responsibility and accountability for my life and its impact on those around me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure that seems pretty different direction than Steve's, but that's where I came up.
Mm-hmm.
It can lead you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Only got 9 days in, so yeah.
Yeah, 9 days in, your neurotransmitters are coming back online. There's a lot of things going on. And it's organic. It's where you are right now. And it's enough. It's worth exploring, worth building on. Yeah, taking personal accountability and responsibility, it's not the easiest thing. It's also
Feels good though.
What's that?
It does feel good though. I've always thought of myself as a responsible person who likes taking care of others. And so I get real satisfaction out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the alcohol has made me fail in that objective, and that doesn't feel good, right? So I like taking care of others, and the alcohol has impaired my ability to do that.
So Scott, on day 9, has learning this stuff on the slides I shared about the way that alcohol attacks the brain, right? The first couple of drinks, you feel good, everything's hunky dory. Then, I was supposed to go home in an hour, I didn't, or I said I would do this and I didn't, or right? Does it help you understand?
Yeah, I like the science. I mean, I've the last several weeks I've been reading and listening about it, and it works well with my approach to life. I do find it helpful, and one of the reasons I'm here is because I just lately my tolerance had gotten so high, then I found I was forgetting things and having gaps, and that's where I got to. I can't do this anymore. And so I'm curious about why that's happening, and so if I understand better, I can act better. So yes, I like it.
Exactly. Right. You can recognize that, okay, the person who did those things, that wasn't the real me. I was under the influence of this substance. It's not a cop out. It's not saying that there are not relationships to be repaired. Certainly not.
Yeah.
But the first relationship that we establish is with ourselves. With these sorts of exercises, right? I am. What's worth pursuing?
Mm-hmm.
You clearly value others. You value being a caretaker, a provider for others. That's something worth pursuing. Something you want more. Yeah. And so through that process, Scott, you know, when we come in here, look, guys, we don't have a lot of self-esteem. You know how you build a self-esteem is by doing esteemable things. And when we are clear of alcohol, those become a lot easier. Our actions line up with our values again. Our words line up with our actions.
I once read a quote that was self-esteem or self-respect isn't something you have, it's something you do. So.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's really good stuff. How about you, Jennifer? Care to share?
Yeah, just I thought of myself as a caring, loving, passionate person, and successful. So that's kind of where I drew it, and it's I really I'm starting to believe that is really who I am, and I'm not lying to myself anymore. I'm not lying to others unintentionally. I really am that kind and loving person, but I've never been it toward myself. It's always been outwardly. And this is helping me with the like-minded people that I get to talk to and know that I'm not alone, thinking all these stories that we discuss with each other, they've done that too. And it's not just me. And I love that feeling of being able to look at myself and start to unpack a lot of this garbage, and get rid of it, and the clutter, get rid of the clutter, and look at myself as, you know, I really am successful. I really am caring and loving, and I can do those things, because I was starting to get to the point where I couldn't do this anymore. I was at my wit's end of, you know, I was just, it wasn't, I was so down on myself and just felt terrible. So this has been such an eye-opener and such a good experience for me. Not every day is great, but it's teaching me to become a better person to myself and not think of it as selfish, but I am the person that I need to be for, you know, for myself first before I can really truly love and care for all this other stuff. And I'm so grateful to be able to identify that and get there.
That's amazing, Jennifer. Yes, and you have demonstrated that. I remember when you first came in and you rearranged your schedule to make time to get on the coaching calls. And that doesn't come naturally to most of us, right? But I've asked some big, heavy questions as a coach. And one of those questions is, do you think alcohol, if you continued on the path you were on, would alcohol have shortened your life expectancy? Everyone raises their hands. They say, yes, it would have shortened my life expectancy. And then I say, and would it have severely compromised your quality of life? And without a doubt, everyone raises their hands. You all know that I am a triple negative breast cancer survivor. So boy, oh boy, I had something facing me saying, hey, I want you dead. And while you're still with us, I want to make you miserable. Well, holy cow. The human spirit was alive and well when I got that diagnosis. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Because that was very real. Nothing subtle about that decline. And I fought like hell. I made time for chemo. Like, imagine how crazy it would sound if I said, well, you know, I need to drive carpools, so I can't do chemo today, doc. Like, what? This thing wants you dead. So we are allowed to save our life. And Jennifer, you've given yourself permission to save your life. I see the emotion.
It feels good. It feels good to take that stance, to take ownership and make me a priority for once.
Mm. Yeah. Kind of feels like we can stop running from alcohol and run toward life. I have a healthy respect for alcohol, right? I'm not going to go poke the bear. I poked that bear enough. Let me see if I can just poke it a little, play with it. I have a healthy respect for alcohol. I'm not going to drink it. Because I understand the science. Because I understand that I am a human being with a brain, and I have some neural pathways that when alcohol is introduced, they light up like the Audubon. And I have a choice. But I am no longer afraid of alcohol. I dare say alcohol's a little afraid of me. Because I didn't just put it behind me, I joined forces. And you guys are joining forces. Right?
Small guerrilla band.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we're done with your nonsense. We've got your playbook. We've got you figured out. I see you with your cute advertisements and the fancy glasses. And, you know, those are supposed to portray the first 2 drinks when the prefrontal cortex is slightly compromised and you're feeling more relaxed and euphoric because you have 10 times the dopamine. And I can get my own dopamine. Thank you very much. How do you guys feel?
Great. Great. Awesome.
Good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between there.
Empowered. I feel empowered.
Yeah. So if alcohol, let's say, okay, when alcohol comes knocking at your door, are you willing to trade what you're getting now for a 30-minute high? Blech.
Although I'll say that it's not just the high, it's the social part of it, right? I struggle with that. Tomorrow night I have to go to a dinner with my most important client, and he loves his wine. We always drink wine. We do this, you know, at least 4 times a year. We get together for dinner so he can show off a bunch of wines he's picked out, and he loves it. And that's tomorrow for me.
Okay.
That's going to be a challenge. So, but
It might be a challenge. It might be a chance for you to really remind yourself of who you really are.
yeah.
Yeah. When you use the word challenge, what do you anticipate might be the biggest challenge?
So when I play it out in my mind and I say that I'm experimenting with an alcohol-free lifestyle for a while. I want to see what happens to my body and my brain if I take, like 90 days off. So, and I'm in the middle of that. So would love to have these wines, but tonight I'm just all sparkling water. He'll be, oh, come on. Right. Come on. I got this. I know you're gonna love this one. This is gonna be great. Just one isn't gonna ruin anything that you're doing. It's not gonna affect your, is it? Yeah. So just try the Chardonnay and try the Pinot. This Pinot I've been looking for a while, and I finally got it. So it's just one night, Scott.
Or do you feel fairly certain that that will be the experience?
I'd put that at about 40% chance. So
Okay.
there's a chance that he'll be like, oh, okay. And he'll just be kind of pissed at me all night, which isn't great either.
Hey, I'm so glad you brought this up because boy, we are amazing storytellers, aren't we? We can forecast the future. We know what everyone's going to say and think when we order a club soda. The world may in fact stop spinning on its axis if we don't drink the wine. I get it. I totally get it, Scott. And look, the point is, we don't have to share the whole thing. It's no one's business, first of all. We are also not 20.
Yeah.
There are a zillion reasons why someone may not drink on a particular day. Right? So you don't have to put everything out there. Oh man, you should have seen the way I was behaving and I couldn't stop thinking about drinking. No. It can be anything. It hasn't been agreeing with me lately. It gives me headaches. Oh, we'll try this variety. I've tried a bunch of different ones. It's just not agreeing with me. I'm just going to take a break. I have blood work coming up. Whatever, right? It's very trendy for people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond to be proactive with their health. So we don't have to tell them it's forever. We don't even have to use the word forever. Ever. Sound like Taylor Swift. Ever. But you can just not drink. Say, I'm just not drinking today. And he may or may not come back with stuff. We don't know. What we do know is that you don't need to taste that rare special variety. You don't need to. We've all tasted enough. And whether it's the jug on the bottom shelf or this rare variety, the biochemical reactions are exactly the same. It creates the same cascade in our brain.
That is true.
And Scott, tomorrow would be a great opportunity for you to polo, maybe on the way to the event. Okay. Hey guys, I'm checking in. I'm committed. It might be a cakewalk. It might be so easy. It might be challenging. Regardless, based on your description, you've got what it takes.
Thank you. Yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll say, well, good, I'm glad. You seems like you always drink too much.
Right.
More for him.
Yeah, more. That would have been my reaction back in the day. You're not drinking? Hooray, I don't have to share. Exactly, yeah. Look, Scott, I mean, we have enough trouble finding out what's going on between our ears. I'm not trying to figure out what's going on between anyone else's, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but Scott, you're chasing something more important. And so whatever happens, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll wake up on the next day and say, oh, I didn't do it. I didn't drink. My eyes
Yeah,
look
that's
good.
that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to drink tomorrow. Just
Oh, I know you're not. Yeah, especially now that you told us on this call. We're all going to be cheering you on. We're all here to support you.
thank you.
Good stuff. Lots of breakthroughs on this call, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with me and sharing with the team who's going to get to watch this. And thank you for sharing with the listeners. You guys are so close to where they are right now today. Let's finish with some, I don't know, some words of wisdom, because now when you're on the other side, you are officially inspirational people. So there you go. So real quick, Jennifer, words of wisdom for our listeners.
When that craving comes along, just take pause and kind of give yourself that couple minutes, go for a walk, just kind of dial yourself back in and remember why you're doing it and know that it's a great thing. Great thing.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Luck.
Yes. Brenda.
Yeah, now that I'm alcohol free, I get to live the life that I left behind, because it was a pretty good one, and I'm ready to dig it out and move forward. I feel so positive.
Yeah. So if people are on the fence about booking a call with our team, what do you say they should do, Brenda?
Pick up the phone. It'll be the best move you've made your whole life.
Thank you. Wow.
I'm sincere.
Oh,
I haven't felt this way in many, many, many years, and you need to know that.
Beautiful. Well, we're honored. Scott, words of wisdom.
Doing it on your own is unlikely to succeed. If you want to succeed, you need some people around you to support you and hold you accountable.
Thank you. And Steve, words of wisdom.
Well, this doesn't necessarily fall into the words of wisdom category, but just do it. You'll never regret it.
Love it. Well, as always, you guys, thank you for allowing James, Sarah, me, the whole AFL team to walk this journey with you. It is truly our passion and our honor. So thanks for being here today. And thanks to our listeners. See you soon.
Thanks, Victoria.
Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you. Bye.